Welcome back to the LCS Academy, powered by Verizon. I'm Mazel, joined by Joshi and Deserex yet again, as we're into our final halftime show of the final day of the first round robin here in the LCS Academy. And what a game it was in our first game of TSM Academy versus Evil Geniuses Academy. But right now, in this very moment, we're going to play another episode of Academy Speedrun, where I have chosen a couple clips here in this first game of the series that we've had. And when I queue up the clips, I'm going to choose a caster to describe the clip, and I'm going to choose a caster to be blindfolded. Now, the describing caster has to get their bearings straight on the clip and then describe said clip to the other blindfolded caster with as little detail as possible. General names, general places are fine. No champion names, no player names, no objective names, anything like that. We'll see how good your guys' memory is at the end of a very long day. I think I chose the exact right moment to play this memory game. Perfect. So, first up, I'm going to have Joshi get himself blindfolded. Now, however you want to achieve this, you can do so.
I do want to be very clear that I cannot see through these. Okay?
Wait, why do you have glasses that you can't see through?
That's why.
Oh my god, Josh.
Yes.
Oh my god.
All right. Best blindfold to date. All right, Deserex. So we're going to go ahead and, now that Joshi cannot see, I'm pointing and laughing at him. He can't hear, he can't see. But we do want to go ahead and bring up this clip. I'm going to give you a couple seconds to get your bearings straight. Now, remember, your idea here is to try to get the memory out of Joshi. Can he remember what play this was? We're going to go ahead and set it off right now. Let's roll it.
All right. Oh, look at the lizard right here. Oh, the soccer mom wants it, but soccer mom goes in by herself. Why would the soccer mom be so alone? And there's just these hooligans who all surround and kill poor soccer mom. And oh, look at the rest of the children. They all have to leave. They all have to leave the van. They all have to run away because oh no, the anti-soccer mom brigade has arrived and they're taking away everyone.
I don't know what to say.
The soccer mom, you say.
The soccer, that was so descriptive. You know, you say you don't like words, but that was a lot of words.
I try to imagine who a soccer mom could be, because there weren't even that many female champs in the game.
I can't even. I mean, it fits. I can't be mad. I can't be upset. All right. Do you have a guess, Joshi, before we go ahead and walk back through the soccer mom shenanigans?
My guess is that this is probably the play where Shen Yi goes too far forward and dies all on his own, and then they all just get run down.
Wow, I can't believe your memory serves you so well. You are correct. Let's go ahead and bring back up the, yeah, he's got to push up the glasses. Let's go ahead and bring back up the clip and roll it. Yeah, we'll see the soccer mom clip. I mean, looking at it while you described it works out perfectly. With you not being able to see it, I don't know how you got that right.
I mean, I think the biggest clue was just the fact that they went in all by themselves, and it was a female champion, right? We only had a couple of those.
Where are the kids? The soccer? Where's soccer come into this?
It's a mom. I think Leona's probably canonically not a mom. Shen Yi's a mom, probably.
Ask you casted the LPL. You asked that question, Mazel.
I don't think we need to ask that question to anybody. So let's go ahead and get the blindfold on, Deserex.
All right.
And get him not be able to see this. Get him out of the conversation.
The
he's got his, whatever those. It's
a sapling.
I was going to say the sapling of the Poro. All right, he cannot see any longer. Point and laugh. Anyways, let's go ahead and bring up the second clip that I have for us. Joshi, get your bearings straight, because as I get ready for it, you got to get ready to describe the play to Mr. Deserex while he is blindfolded. So we're going to go ahead and roll the clip. Let's see it.
All right, we're fighting over a red worm, but worm is spelled with a Y, and a big bug goes towards the center at the same time, and oh god. The 4 players get trapped in a single spot by Ice Wizard, and then Viking Man runs everybody else down.
Oh god.
Ice Wizard? Are we in Adventure Time with Finn and Jake? Or
yep, Ice Wizard.
Okay.
All right, you can go ahead and take your sapling and Poro. Actually, no, just the sapling. You can only take the sapling off. And so now let's go ahead.
You're the worst pirate I've ever seen.
The worst pirate. It's like the having the bird on your shoulder, but it's a poro in your eye.
Poro as your eye?
Yeah. Do you have
Worst
any
pirate
thoughts?
I've ever heard of, but I have heard of you.
So I
Oh,
mean,
no.
I don't know.
What could it possibly be?
That
was some pretty good describing. I must say.
I want to say this is the dragon fight where I think it's, what was it, Surdy running them down after they take Infernal in the bottom lane?
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and bring up the clip. Oh my god. This is supposed
worm
to be
with a
harder
Y.
than it is. Worm
Look
with
at
a
that
Y. I remember
vocabulary.
that. Worm with a Y.
I needed to come up with something that I know my Dungeons and Dragons
I
friend.
heard Ice Lady goes down, and I was imagining this exact
Oh,
play
the
right
Ice
here.
Wizard takes
Ice
them down or
Wizard,
whatever.
Ice Wizard. I mean,
That was actually pretty hilarious, though.
I realized as soon as I
like
said
Boston.
worm that I would probably need to define which worm it was,
Worm
because
with a
there's
Y.
worm with an O and then there's worm with a Y, and they are two very different things.
There's also the Texan bullworm that you have to watch out for.
True.
Yeah,
Now is that
They-
spelled
they
with a
roam
Y
around.
or an O?
I was gonna say, Marcel,
It's
Joshi's
with a
getting
U.
points back right now because you saw what happened last time we did this with Cubby. He gave me like 3 words on a play.
He did. He did. It was like a 20-second clip, and he said 3 words. It was hilarious. By the way, just for your information, it's spelled with a U. Very serious tone here. It's Texan
Very serious.
bullworm
It's a
with a U.
Texan bullworm.
But that was a bit of fun, a bit of an Academy speed run in that first series. Thank you guys for humoring me and being such fun guests on it. But it was a heck of a way to start off our last series of the first round robin here, Joshi.
It was, and seeing that Evil Geniuses are able to bounce back a little bit, admittedly against one of our other lower-seeded teams, or currently lower-ranked teams, it's still not to take away from the things that we saw from success from Evil Geniuses, right? They did a lot of very basic things on the map. They showed up to almost every dragon. They had a good ability to play cross-map, and the biggest thing for me was, while we saw the dive top lane onto Soul, Kairi and Smoothie just backed up. They're like, we know you're going to dive us. We just need to not die, and it's a win.
Yeah. I think and as we go back through that game and see some clips, see some memories from that, and maybe see if we can jog your guys' memories even more so. It was a lot of give and take between the teams, and I feel like a lot of catch-outs, a lot of overextensions between both two teams, but Evil Genius is able to kind of shore up the ship as it went on, Desiree.
Oh man, I love that pick right there coming up from Shenyi. But yeah, being able to get onto the same page has been a big thing, kind of like we've been talking about a lot at the later stage of this round robin, because these early days are for experimenting, for getting used to the patch. You know, you're still going to be part of Proving Grounds nonetheless, but now things have to start to click, and it does look like they're clicking for Evil Geniuses right now. Even though it was back and forth, Surdy and Tomio knew exactly what they needed to do to be that strong front line for the rest of the Evil Geniuses to push through with Kaori, who was always in the side lanes within distance of Killer Instinct to just join the fight in a heartbeat.
And it
I think
definitely
that-
feels like Kaori, right, even being around the sides, kind of taking a bit of a back seat, and it's not the version of Kaori that I was used to seeing as the big carry, very loud for his team in terms of like his ability to go for plays. This is a much quieter Kaori, right, kind of taking a back seat and letting Saligo, Surdy, and Tomio really run the game.
Yeah, and I guess that brings me back to the conversation of we need a hero for both these teams. And even if the loss came through for TSM Academy, I think you guys were having some genuine conversation on the back and forth nature of who could be the hero in this situation. But I do want to kind of get that finalized conversation out a little bit and deep dive a bit into your decisions, especially start with Joshi. What really stood out to you and what made you make your hero decision?
Yeah, well, initially I kind of want to look at Surdy as my person who kind of took over. It almost makes me want to give more props to Kaori, right? Because there is some part of being a hero, being a leader, where you need to back up, and you can't lead unless you know how to follow. And I feel like this was one of those games where Kaori, by taking a back seat, allows other people to become a hero, and I feel like that needs to kind of be brought to the forefront.
You know, that's kind of wild, because I can say the same thing about Saligo in this one. Even though his KDA looks absolutely fantastic, like he was a main carry of that one, for the most part, he was just letting people set up plays for him, and he would just land those on-point charms right after.
Yeah, I guess who do you lean on here, Desrex? Are you going with Saligo as your hero?
I'm still with Surdy on this one. I had said
Still
it
with
right
Surdy?
before the
Double
break.
Surdy.
Yeah,
But we do have to have some honorable mentions.
yeah. Honorable mention, Saligo. Very
Heroable
much so.
mentions?
I think Cowrie.
Heroable
and Saligo did the same
mentions.
thing
Oh
there.
my God, that's the ticket.
Heroable mentions.
Anyways, Champion Select is ready, guys. Let's go ahead and kick it off for our final game of the day. Let's round out first round robin with a bang, shall we?
Bye, Lennon.
All right.
Get outta
Final
here.
game of the day, TSM Academy, Evil Geniuses Academy. We talked about the hero for Evil Geniuses. We agree, Surdy. Now, TSM, they need a hero of their own. Who's it going to be, Josh?
I mean, we talked about our two primary candidates earlier were Soul and Takeover, right? And Takeover, he did a good job actually playing out the lane, but I feel like the champion he was playing was really low agency a lot of the time, simply because it can't do a whole lot of damage, and it sets up plays for other people, but they never quite materialize. Okay. Aaron.
No, Belveth. These two teams don't believe. Don't
Yeah, we're
believe.
just not going to talk about it. I promise we're not going to bring it up again unless it gets picked. But so far,
Promise.
very similar draft to what we saw from the very first game that we saw between these two teams, right? Kaiser Rakan coming through, and then the Ezreal. The big thing, again, to kind of look at for me is Surdy wins a lot more when he has the counter pick, and they maintain themselves on the red side. But Corki coming through for Takeover has a lot more agency in the game, and Takeover is one of the players that I've actually been rather impressed with his ability to coordinate the package with the rest of the map. He doesn't just idly pick it up, he always picks it up and feels like he has a plan with it.
And it's far, considering what we used to see out of Takeover, what his approach used to be, which was
Yeah.
more assassin-based, more melee-based than anything else. And I think if we're going to talk heroes on TSM side, I think Takeover is a very good one to position right here with what he's been able to do over these last couple of games. You know, he does have the highest kill line in a single game so far at 14 kills on his Akali game. Has
that
the
is a
best
tie,
CS.
to be fair.
So
Yeah.
far, yeah, it's a big tie on that one. Has the best CS so far to all mid laners. I think every single lane overall in the game so far. So Takeover, if you want a hero, I do propose him as a candidate here for TSM.
So, looking at Takeover, right, we know you touched on his Akali. I also think of his Silas as player or characters that he's really good at. He's a fantastic pilot of a lot of melees. The mage play has been fine, right, from this play, and I kind of look at him as though in a lot of similar ways to how I look at Summit, who played in LCS for Cloud9 recently. On Jason Nar, arguably the best top laner in North America. On everything else, fine, but not necessarily up to that same caliber. And I feel like a very similar thing has been true of Takeover, and I respect the fact that I think he knows he can win on Akali and Silas, but he wants to take these games in order to continue pushing himself to play a number of different styles and really broaden the champion pool that he knows he can play. And so as we see the Lissandra get locked in for Saligo, very surprised. You have very short range. That says to me that they are really planning to camp the mid lane, and Takeover is probably going to be forced into a cleanse.
Ooh, spicy grab coming out from TSM Academy. They are going to take the Alistair over in that support role. Mia, very good at that. Shenyi, also prominent at that champion. LDL, there was a lot of Alistair play that came out of Shenyi. So this is a very big comfort pick.
And now as the Gangplank gets locked in for Soul, right, there's a lot of area control coming out for TSM. They have a lot of range, and we looked at that in Cloud9 versus CLG, and it didn't really matter because Cloud9 were never really able to set things up. And oh, Surdy knows how bad this matchup is for Gangplank. Surdy recently was on the receiving end of the Gangplank. Oh, but that is a very bold matchup, right? Like, this matchup is good, but if you fall behind once as the Jace, you don't get to play until like 3 items, right? You really need to get the Eclipse Muramana plus Sorrel does typically, or Eclipse Muramana plus like Yomu's, something in order to really have your damage come back online. So we are now seeing a game plan where Evil Geniuses are playing towards the top side. They need to make sure that Surdy's ahead. They need to make sure that Saligo is ahead. Otherwise, they're going to get desperately outranged come mid-game.
Oh yeah, the outrange thing, just look at it. Kaisa, Jace, lots of poke coming out right there, and it's a lot you're going to have to handle with for TSM
Yeah.
To compound with that, the engage that you have on Evil Genius's composition is pretty nasty on top of that. So TSM, they have some decent poke of their own, just having the Ezreal and Corki itself.
And GP, yeah, like they have two characters that can just like one-shot squishy members every single time they come together, right? So it is a situation where TSM, they have game plans, and I almost wonder if Kaori will go for like an AP build. I know it hasn't really been nearly as popular ever since they reduced the ratio on Kai'Sa's Praise Seeker on the W, but when you can't hit with auto attack, your W is your primary way of interacting with the rest of the map.
Maybe. I would like to see it. Just full commit to the poke. Make your life hell. If you try and defend a siege, it's a shock blast. It's a missile. Have a good time. We'll see what build he looks to go down. We are ready to head on to the Rift. TSM Academy versus Evil Genius Academy. Last game of the day. Let's see if TSM have a response after Evil Genius is taking that game 1.
And running directly onto the map, right? Takeover choosing not to go with the cleanse. That does mean that Tomio and Soligo have a lot of tools to try and get onto him, but
Alright, spotted out is TSM. But Smoothie now getting noticed, who is over that Rift Herald wall. The rest of Evil Genius is kind of drawing the line right here. And it's a little bit of barking across the fence between both teams.
Woof, woof. Looking at you, Bayara. Anyway, we definitely have a line of scrimmage that was kind of set up, but neither team was able to get much, and so only wards going to be put down are going to be in favor of Evil Geniuses at this point. And remember, we said at the very beginning, we're expecting Tomio to go towards the top side of the map. They want to really control space there, and Kaori, that's bold. This is a very forward place for him to be, and ooh. Did Corki get experience off of that?
Not sure if he did. But still, this...
He did. Okay.
Alright, it's just spotting them out for the time being. I was curious if we were going to have a 2v2 very early on with that positioning out of Kaori and Smoothie.
That would definitely be like the kind of thing that Kaori would do if he's just trying to solo carry the game. But again, it looks like he's playing a bit more of a tempered version of what he was doing previously in order to try and create space and allow himself to kind of be carried. But this top lane matchup is really brutal at level 1 for Soul if he allows Jace to continue auto-attacking him. So I like the fact that he goes in, gets the 1Q with the Grasp of the Undying, and backs out, but he will need to be very careful because of the amount of movement speed Surdy has.
Ooh, a knock-up coming out from Shenyi. Gets caught up by a knock-up of his own from Smoothie. And at level 1, already exchanging crowd control. Nothing too surprising right there. You kind of expect this out of the bot lane, especially nowadays. What I'm looking at is Shenyi being on this Alistair. What is he going to do when he hits level 2? He's just going to outright engage onto Kaori and gets punished to the daylights about it. Looking for the first blood with the flash forward. Kaori will secure it.
Alright, I gotta ask Lennon. This isn't the first time this has happened. To Shenyi.
Lennon, you want to talk about this one, buddy?
Yeah, I know he can't respond right now, but it is unfortunately a pattern. And I don't know if I can blame Instinct for that one. So, we'll take another look at it. And, I mean, Instinct's hitting. Alright, I don't really know what to say about that one, because it's kind of like, what?
And you said it's a pattern, yeah. We've seen this so many times out of Shenyi. His first week coming on to TSM Academy, he was doing plays like that where he would just flash in level 2.
Hey, look, it's the same play.
Tomio going after Soul. A chomp
red
with
buff.
that red buff gets slown. Sligo can't get over the wall, but a flash out of Soul will keep him alive. Unfortunately for him, this top lane is going to be hell.
This top lane is going to be in a very tough spot, right? He might try and teleport back to lane here, but it's so dangerous until you know where Tomio has gone. And now they know Tomio has left. At the same time, because of the early death from TSM's bottom lane, there's no opportunity for the counter dive for Hyper.
And trying to ping for it right now. Hyper. He's trying to spot out where Surdy is.
Oh!
Catches him. He actually catches him backing. Wow.
No,
Hyper.
don't flash.
Even if you try and flash away, Soul's waiting on the other end. You rather give the kill over to Hyper than Soul, and that will be the case right here. Hyper, right timing.
Yeah. I like the fact that he chose to keep his flash, but giving over that kill there is a bit of an overextension. He stuck around too long, and that actually puts Soul in a position where it's not hell up here in this top lane, right? He actually gets to play. It's just going to be a little tougher because he didn't actually get any of that experience. He just slowed down Surdy and was able to recoup a lot of the lost experience.
So Surdy's still standing at a point where he will be pretty strong.
Oh, hello.
This one now looking at the bot lane. Instinct getting engaged on, but Arcane Shift makes it easy to slide away from the entrance. Smoothie not securing a kill, but Tomio trying to find one at the Raptor camp of Hyper. Hyper will instantly back off there and secure his own big Raptor, so not going to lose too much in the chicken nuggets. Now the fight breaking out over on the top side. Surdy looking to close out onto Soul. Soul does not have flash. Will not be needed. Gets close enough to his tower.
I didn't pay attention to how that fight actually started, but that's the kind of thing where it is brutal if Jace can actually take these trades right now. He's got a serrated Dirk to a Cole. Of course he's going to win these trades every single time, and so while Soul is pushed underneath the turret, there's no real threat of a dive from Surdy alone. But that does mean that Evil Geniuses, they have a lot of pressure on the map. They've been winning the bottom lane, they've been winning the top lane, and now with the first dragon going over, the Hextech Drake, they won't get the soul, but this dragon on its own is still a pretty big win.
And it hurts for any early conditions coming out for TSM. Having this Corki, the package, it's big for the mid-game fights around the Rift Herald, around the dragon, and they just can't be impactful because look at the lane states right now. Evil Geniuses are stomping TSM too hard.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying watching Surdy play this Jace. While he did overstay previously, the way you have kill pressure on Jace is you actually need to start your combos in hammer form most of the time. Like, you switch about 6 seconds previously, and
starting in that range form, but doesn't matter. Look at that chunk onto Soul, pushing the wave right at his tower, and some pings coming out here. Look at the mid lane. Hyper hovering around Saligo. Tomio in that area as well. Saligo should be able to spot him out. Actually didn't get into Sweeper in time. Doesn't realize Hyper's still there. Yep. Only freeing out this top side.
When a fruit is here, Surdy is so happy.
Nom, nom, nom.
Nom, 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 nom. Very delicious. Tasty. Probably good mouthfeel there too.
We gotta bring back the mouthfeel.
Yeah. You know, it's self-referential humor.
Oysters have fine mouthfeel, Josh.
I don't know if I agree with that one, but Evil Geniuses, they are playing towards the top side, right? Tomio's been spending a lot of time up here. Now Shen Yi leaving Instinct all on his own. I guess we're kind of doomed there in the bottom lane, and now looking for this play top side. Zoom, zoom.
All right, Soul needs a hero, and Shen Yi is going to try and be it. Level 6 now available for Soul. Shen Yi looking for that headbutt pulverize combo. Needs a hero, but so far no hero has arrived. Surdy. Now not aware that Shen Yi's coming. Okay, now setting up for the dive. Here comes Shen Yi. Flash available for Surdy. Headbutt Pulverize gets the knock up into the cannon barrage. Flash comes out, able to tee up and punt Shen Yi away, but it's not enough. Soul will secure the kill.
And that's it, right? That's the 50-50 flash that he needed to talk about. Cubby's been talking, I can't remember who it was about, but the ability to win every 50-50 reaction flash there. Surdy a little bit too late, and the flash afterwards was not enough. And now that Surdy has died twice, Soul is playing the game. Soul got that kill up in the top lane. He gets to play League of Legends. I'm pretty sure he loves playing League of Legends, but it's definitely a position now where this Jace can still like find some plays, but is now in a position where it's not going to be dominating up in the top side any longer.
It's giving Soul a fighting chance, and he can run with those. He can very much run with those.
Yeah.
You know,
when he's down like 15 to 20 CS, he's even, and he's gangplank, which means he's ahead.
Yeah, just gangplank things, bro. That's the way it works. For Soul, he spent a lot of time trying to learn and grow in Academy. He's had such explosive growth from his Proving Grounds debut over on Immortals AoE and now showing up on Academy. He has to be that player who wants to learn, given the level of competition he's around with Academy and the Academy top laners that we have in the current season. Soul still trying to find his footing and trying to have that standout performance as he holds his ground against Surdy.
Doing a good job, right? Surdy is on the counter pick, and Tomio has spent a fair amount of time up in the top lane in both games 1 and 2. This is definitely a much better performance on the other barrel champion for Soul instead of the Gragas. And again,
Yep,
staying
keep track
even
of
at this point in the game gives him a lot more ability to look to kind of fight Surdy, right? When his next ultimate comes up, he might actually be able to take a full-on 1v1, especially if he has his Trinity Force completed in time.
So waiting for that Trinity Force to get completed. We will see what the gold is in a little bit. See how that top lane's been shaping up. But gotta hold that thought because Hyper has found someone in the woods. Surdy has the backup of Tomio, and you can see right there, Sligo postured forward so Hyper does not commit to the kill.
Yeah. I die to that all the time. As a top laner, I go down, I'm trying to get a war, and it's like, oh no, there's a jungler here, and I don't have a lot of HP, and now I have to go back to lane. And you're very sad about the whole thing the entire time as Jace, because you're like, ugh, I was winning my lane. Ugh, I can't believe I got ganked 3 times. Oh.
Ooh, a nice knockup from Smoothie.
Hey, how is Shenya a higher level?
That roam up top. Only thing that comes to mind, really.
But he was missing a bunch of minions. That's actually wild. I didn't even notice that, but Hyper here doesn't have flash, but Surdy can't really walk up.
Ooh. Quick Surdy, not letting that barrel pop onto him, but here comes Hyper. Cannon Barrage going to be used. Barrel now popped, able to knock away Hyper, but can't escape the power of both this top jungle duo who are laying prey towards this top side on Surdy, now looking for plates. Here comes the fight onto the bottom side. Shenyi overextending a little bit, but will pop the Unchained. Has a lot more resistance to work with as he's going to send Smoothie back.
There you go. Ends up having to blow the ultimate, though, in a spot where they didn't necessarily need to. And now TSM, they're going to be giving over another dragon without any contest. And TSM, you know, while they are winning this top lane, while Hyper is finding these leads, he's not out farming nearly as heavily. Soul, while he's now 1-0-1, is still waiting for his items to come online. And Evil Geniuses, they now have tools with which to kind of try and match the scaling. They grab another couple Infernal Dragons, and then suddenly, I think Kaori can actually get the Evolve off of a single item, right? He doesn't necessarily need to go with the Nashor's Tooth if they can grab a couple more Infernal Dragons. But Evil Geniuses, they're not necessarily doing anything super exciting, they're just playing some pretty standard League of Legends, and TSM, now matching that, finds a lead.
And Evil Geniuses securing priority over towards the river with their standard League of Legends so far. Let's take a look at the gold that's been acquired. I am looking more towards that top side. And such a big boost for Soul. You know the GP is going to be that way. A little bit of skirmish in the mid lane.
Gold.
But man, 1,000 gold altogether. A big lead coming out for Soul over on that top side as Evil Geniuses posture up for the mid lane.
As they take down the mid lane turret, they will open up the map a little bit more. So now, Sligo, right, that quiet hero that we were looking at in the previous game, quietly amassing a ton of gold and a ton of kills for himself. We saw one potential roam from him that didn't amount to a whole lot, and now that his turret is down in the mid lane, I want to see him start moving around. I want to see him come top lane. I know it's hard to lock down Soul, but you have multiple bits of crowd control, right? You have the root, you have the ultimate, and you can only cleanse one of them.
You have Everfrost.
You have Everfrost, you have 3.
More crowd control there. Grand Entrance going to come on in as the Frozen Tomb will find an easy lock on an Instinct. A kill coming off of that roam. As you had asked, Josh, you will receive.
Thank you. That's what I was hoping for. That is exactly what I wanted. It is my birthday in about a week, so I guess birthdays come early right now. So
that's why we don't have Academy next week.
Wow, we get an entire week off just for me?
Yeah, just for you.
Aw, thanks.
Joey's gonna be there. He'll be there at your birthday party as well. Right
Let's
there,
go.
Mr. Producer, myself, Mazel. Producer,
well,
just
I don't know
if
the broadcast could hear it, but oh boy, I would love some fishy. Maybe we'll go to sushi. But as another turret goes down, the game remains rather even. I feel like we've been seeing a lot of punch and counter punch, and even though Surdy is struggling this game, he's definitely on the bus. Kaori quietly amassing some leads, and Hyper, zoom.
Here comes Hyper. True Shot Barrage will not interrupt, but the bear will. The Phoenix slaps onto the back of Kaori. Another bear stun. Now Takeover joins, waiting for another bear slap onto Saligo, but Hyper gets too low. A shutdown coming out for Saligo. Pushed away is going to be Tomio. Shenyi arriving, but trying to survive the onslaught. Coming from Saligo, coming from Tomio. Over the wall will be Smoothie. They're looking to continue this dive. Saligo sees no tower, so he sees no chance for the TSM bot lane to escape.
And so Ligo again roaming. It really is my birthday right now, Eric. He comes down, finds a couple more kills, and this is what Evil Geniuses need to look for. We talked about, I mean, I feel like we could talk about it every single game a Corki is in. We gotta just wait. Corki is currently level 11. The classic memes are about Cassidy and Kale, but Corki's level 16 is also nuts. And so Ligo finding these leads right now is huge. They instantly see this, and notice Ligo is already running down, and Rakan even is running from the mid lane at this point in order to try and join the fight. And everybody's able to come through because it takes them so long to actually take down Shenyi.
You need a hero. Your hero has arrived. Saligo starting to show up in this game now, and with those kills, with those roams getting out of the mid lane, Evil Geniuses are looking better and better. Those kills picked up. Saligo showing up.
But Instinct also is one of the players that I've kind of been looking at. I made a hot take, I don't remember if it was this week or last week. I think it was last. It has to have been last week because there's only been today. Where I was saying that I thought Instinct might be a better candidate to go to LCS than Arrow. And he's been kind of invisible today. Gotta admit, right?
That is a pretty hot take.
Yeah. We are still looking at a position where he's trying to make plays happen, but he's not necessarily able to take control of the bottom lane. He's not necessarily able to do the damage, and it feels like TSM are kind of forcing him to take fights before his power spikes come online, right? He has the Essence Reaver right now, but the Mermon is still a ways away.
Yeah, still a ways till you complete that one. So Evil Geniuses, all things considered, still sticking out into this mid lane, now going for the dive onto Shenyi, rooting him up with the Everfrost, but the Unbreakable Unchained, going to make it really hard to get through those defenses of Shenyi. Hyper tries to position forward, but Evil Geniuses just turn on him. Overextension. Now Shenyi doesn't have that ultimate, so he is fed to the wolves. No, will flash away in time. Cannon Barrage coming out. Big coming out for Soul right here. Gets a lot of damage, and then suddenly TSM are the ones in the driver's seat, but Evil Geniuses create enough distance to get away.
TSM a little bit disjointed there. I didn't notice if Soul's ultimate was up or not at the beginning of the fight, but Surdy is able to create pressure, and he's able to stick around on the map. This dragon isn't for free.
Surdy positioning towards it. There is no smite. This is going to be raw damage coming out. Teleport being channeled, and he will secure it. Surdy says that's mine. Goodbye. Good day, sir. Package being used. Can't escape. You committed the crime. You got to spend the time. Soul claims the kill.
But hey, he gets the dragon for a Jace that started off the game 0-3. Not bad. He gets a snipe onto Shenyi. He gets a dragon, puts them at Soul Point. One Infernal Dragon away. He's still waiting for all of his items to come online. Jace is still a scaling character, but Tomio...
All right, here we go. Tomio right on to Takeover. Takeover no longer having that package. Used it earlier. Valkyrie's out. Tomio and Smoothie just holding the jungle of TSM right now as Cowrie holding that topside walks right into Hyper. Hyper gonna wail away with that Tiger stance, Phoenix stance, dance around any stance he pleases to try and bring the pain to Cowrie, who almost falls from the burn.
The Toad almost picks it up as well, and Evil Geniuses, right, they're not making super exciting plays on the map. We are seeing them react to a lot of the things that TSM are doing. Saligo has been in the right place at the right time every single...
I can very much hear you, Josh. It's a good question. While we sort out that technical difficulty and get Josh back into this one, I'm still looking at the game state right now. You got 3 minutes and 30 seconds before that Infernal spawns. Now, with that Infernal spawning would be Infernal Soul for Evil Geniuses, and you're looking at what EG have. So much poke. If they get early positioning onto this dragon when it does start to set up for the spawn, having that Fog of War, walking into that poke, it is so hard. It would be a great setup for Evil Geniuses.
And crucially, Eric, as we start looking at the next dragon for Evil Geniuses to be able to match all the poke, Takeover's package is down. He will not have it up in time. He did not use it before the dragon died, and so his teleport, even with the package, he will not be there for the spawn of the dragon.
Ooh,
Evil Genius
puts
can
the Everfrost onto Shenyi, and the bot lane tower is going to go down. Evil Geniuses, there's no response coming out of TSM. What do they got to do? Who's going to be the hero onto this one? Hyper has a couple of kills. Soul has been doing well, but at this stage of the game, Soul's not going to be that hero. He's still scaling for the late game. Who can step up?
It might be Soul, right? The other big person who can do it is Takeover. Even though he doesn't have his package and he doesn't have the same kind of just like raw damage potential and playmaking ability, he can still poke people out, right? There's not easy ways for Evil Geniuses to get on top of him other than flanks coming out from Smoothie.
We'll see if he can get that poke utilized for TSM, because they need it right now. They are desperate. The bleeding is starting to get bad, and it's starting to look like Evil Geniuses basically own the place. Instinct right there, eating a missile. Look at the wave states. Bot lane, pushed in. Mid lane, getting shoved by Kaori. Top lane, already setting up a wave state to make TSM's life hell. Saligo, looking for the flank, will go in right onto Shenyi, and Takeover gets knocked up, so can't put down the Frozen Tomb, and Takeover in time will be happy to get that Everfrost onto Hyper, but Hyper looking for the re-engage. Backs out, sees Shelly there. Charge going to go through as Evil Geniuses continue the siege.
Don't know if they get this whole turret here. There's the barrels, right? They're not doing people's entire HP bars, but it's only a matter of time for them to really be threatening. And we see TSM, they are struggling to try and make plays across the board. Evil Geniuses are slowly chipping away at these turrets, and Saligo...
Ooh, a hard push coming in. Frozen Tomb trying to lock down Soul. They will get him. Kaori secures the kill. TSM, a minute 10 until the Drake is going to spawn. So setting up over there will be Evil Geniuses getting that early vision. TSM losing another.
And getting the flash out of Soul makes it so much more difficult for the Gangplank to actually walk in. Evil Geniuses, they have a great timing on this reset. They get the mid lane turret, they open up the map a little bit more. They are going to be resetting and spending all the gold that they just picked up. And it's at a perfect time, right? We have the Infernal Soul spawning in 40 seconds.
35 seconds now. TSM will be the first ones over to the river. Evil Geniuses a little bit late to the punch on this one, still getting the reset at the right time, but TSM knowing the reaction, knowing they need control over there. You can't walk into the poke of Evil Geniuses if you are going to contest this Drake. 20 seconds still left on the clock.
So they are here first. Evil Geniuses, as they move in, remember there's not a completed Murm on it, but there's also no package available.
Saligo goes in. Saligo with the flash Frozen Tomb, cutting the choke point. Shenyi just trying to buy time for TSM as Hyper goes right back in onto Saligo. Saligo goes golden. Will he fall? Finally drops. Takeover's going to secure that kill as Instinct still getting those pokes in with the Mystic Shot. Jumping in is going to be Smoothie. Surdy securing another one as Kaori lands the missile. Only going to land onto the Golems. TSM so low. Takeover and Hyper heading for the heals, but Surdy has their number as he slams onto Instinct. Now Takeover clearing the wave, but you're getting cut from the direction that your base is in, and Evil Geniuses smell it. They know how weak TSM are, so they're going to look to clean up. Teleport coming out for Takeover. He'll get to safety, but Evil Geniuses a big win on this team fight, claiming Soul on the final half of it.
Okay, but now Takeover comes back out of base. He's got the package available. Look at him zoom. They need to try and contest this. TSM, they need to prevent this Infernal Soul.
All right, getting started up. Takeover. It's hero time. It's hero time. Can you do it, Takeover? Can you cut the map and deny this? Hyper positioning forward, but the dragon now secured by Evil Geniuses.
Here comes Surdy.
Hyper and Takeover now standing in position, but they don't see the flank, able to spot it out. Here comes Shenyi, gets the knock-up onto Surdy. The rest now trying to stand in front of TSM. One more burst onto Takeover, but Dragon Soul now secured for Evil Geniuses, and it's looking so good for them, Josh.
Evil Geniuses, again, very standard League of Legends, both games.
Oh, Kaori hopping in with the killer instinct. Tired of waiting for the kills, will go pick one up on his own. Now Saligo following suit, seeing his marksman do that. He wants a piece of it as well. Kaori will deny that because it belongs to him. Kill number 5 for Kaori.
That's Kaori's cow. What are you supposed to be doing with that? Saligo, as he picks up another turret, they find 2 kills. Evil Geniuses just look more coordinated this game than TSM. TSM still trying to find their way around the map, and unfortunately this bottom lane not stepping up in this game. We saw Soul, with the help of Hyper, really take over the top lane for a little while. He was up couple thousand gold at different points, but Surdy, he's playing these team fights better. He's fighting his ways into all of the different flanks that he needs to, and it just makes Surdy look even better to be able to bounce back from such a big deficit.
Yeah, such a big deficit. The deficit's still there. Doesn't matter. Surdy's more important in these team fights. Been more impactful in these team fights. More impactful in the poke and bringing the pain like Cowrie is right there in the bot lane.
Yeah, Cowrie suddenly coming alive saying, ooh, look at all the damage that I have. Like, you're saying I can just pop people like this? And yeah, the answer is resoundingly yes. You can kind of do whatever you want at this point if you're evil geniuses. They are going to try and end the game as quickly as possible because they are still on a bit of a timer, right? If Takeover does hit level 16, if Gangplank gets another item.
Josh, did you see the difference of gold in the bottom lane between Instinct and Cowrie? Cowrie almost has doubled the gold of Instinct.
Oh, that is a lot of gold.
That is a lot of gold.
That is a metric ton of gold.
Metric ton?
Yeah, I can't use the other words.
Yeah. Evil Genius is trying to close out right now. Going in for the final push. Tower still up. Finally does get dropped. Sligo able to claw on out. Surdy joins the fight, waiting to bring his poke in. Half health. Right to Instinct with that shock blast. And Cowrie following suit. Dominating Hyper. Smoothie running low, but that's an inhibitor down. Evil Genius is now backing out.
Yeah. Evil Genius is not quite setting up the waves as Instinct has to run away.
Oh, Cowrie. Oh, Cowrie. Oh, Cowrie. My word, jumps in with the killer instinct. Oh, Cowrie, a double kill. Make it a triple kill. What a way to close this out in style for Evil Geniuses.
Evil Geniuses, we were waiting. We knew Cowrie was waiting for his opportunity to jump on in, but Okay, they are ending the game. They are ending the game. Do not worry. They are not leaving with all of these minions. They just needed something to actually crash in. And so now Hyper, he's leaving. Goodbye.
You're not allowed to leave. You're not allowed to leave unless Cowrie says you're allowed to leave. A 2-0 late into the week coming out for Evil Geniuses.
All right, calm down, guys. You don't want to pull a Team Liquid.
Yeah, have Shenry. Shen, you do the Shurima Shuffle. You can kind of do it with the Headbutt Pulverize, flash it, push Cowrie to the fountain.
All right.
Not gonna happen. He tried it at the last second.
He tried. But Evil Geniuses, very standard League of Legends. I feel like Saligo stepped up, and towards the end of it, Cowrie's like, oh yeah, I'm pretty good. Let me go kill like 4 people in a row in one-on-ones because they don't respect that I'm Kaisa and can jump on any of them and take the duels. But Evil Geniuses, that game was looking pretty rough. Jace was really far behind, but Saligo, when the map opens up, he starts roaming immediately as we needed him to. They snowball the lead and they never let Gangplank Corki take over.
Yeah, Saligo getting free from that lane, influencing the other lanes, stopping Surdy from getting too far behind over on that top side where Stoll was still farming up well, and of course, as he said, Cowrie, see hero, kill hero, Cowrie popping off at the late stage of that fight. We are going to get an interview coming up. Mazel will have that. We are going to throw it over a short break. When we return, Mazel will have that interview lined up for you, so be sure to stay tuned.
What's your story? What's your sign? It's like we're twin flames in a different life. Deep connection lights a spark. It's like you know me in the depths of my heart. We're dreamers. Don't care what other people say. We're living like this could be our final day. We're dreamers. Don't care what the others say. We're doing this in our own way. We come alive in the nighttime. It's something about how we dance in the moonlight. That look in your eyes, it tells me that you want me and all my loving. We come alive in the nighttime. You and I, we come alive. We come alive. We come alive. What's your weakness? What's your type? Somehow I wanna know all about you. Deep connection lights a spark. Like you already know me when we dance in the dark. We're dreamers. We're living. We're dreamers. We're doing this in our own way. We come alive in the nighttime. It's something about how we dance in the moonlight. That look in your eyes, it tells me that you want me and all my loving. We come alive in the nighttime. You and I, we come alive. We come alive. We come alive. We come alive. Tell me that you want me. I can see you want me by the look in your eyes. Tell me that you want me. I can see you want me by the look in your eyes. We come alive. We come alive. We come alive in the nighttime. It's something about how we dance in the moonlight. That look in your eyes, it tells me that you want me and all my loving. We come alive in the nighttime. You and I, we come alive. We come alive. We come alive. We come alive.
I can't believe my eyes when I get close to you, close to you, close to you.
You said hello and I lost my control in just one tiny second. You do to me what I've seen in
Welcome back to
Okay.
the Verizon post-game interview, and I'm joined by Evil Geniuses Academy jungler Tomio. I'm so happy, finally get to talk to you. You finally get
Yeah.
the 2-0 victory, and it's over TSM Academy to finish out the first round robin. Tell me, Tomio, just this moment, just this series, how does it feel?
Feels good. Obviously, because we were winning. It was like feels good, felt smooth. We stomped them, and it was. We had a pretty good week of scrims for the last week, so I'm happy to
Love to hear it.
transition it in our actual matches.
Actually get the execution
Overall,
done.
it's
Love
good.
to see it. What's up with no Belveth though? We saw Belveth throughout the first couple series. It was open for the series.
Yeah,
in its entirety. What happened?
Belveth. I mean, I don't know. I don't have enough time. I didn't have enough time to like practice it, but I'll for sure practice it when I can get the chance to. I think it's. I don't know if it's that strong or OP, but people seem to like it a lot and playing it. So I gotta check it out.
You definitely do. It feels like a
I think
Tomio
it's pretty
style
good.
champion.
Yeah, it looks
I
fun.
want to see. I want to see you pop off on it. Well, it has been a bit of an up and down split for the Evil Geniuses Academy squad so far, but I want to get a little bit of your perspective in that journey. It's the first round robin is over. How has this split been for you through all the trials and tribulations?
Respect. Yeah. Obviously, we don't have the best track right now, but we're slowly getting better together as a team and working on our problems. And each scrim, we're slowly figuring out solutions and improving on our own things as 5 players. But it's definitely not been easy because obviously when you're losing, it's not the happiest times. But you know, as long as everybody's willing to work together and you know stay as a team, we should be good.
Okay, I like it. Now, talking about improvement, that kind of aspect of it, what do you feel like as a player you've improved on most, Tomio?
Uh, I think learning to play for the team more. Uh, getting on sync with my team, like my resets and stuff, because I kind of chose a lot of resets and tempo, and
Okay.
overall, the first clears in the early game pathing and the planning.
I like it. All right, so making some subtle improvements. I do want to ask a little bit of a communication structure question here. Working with Smoothie on the squad, him being known for having some shot calling prowess in the day. Do you guys have a system that you guys use for communication, especially in shot calling?
For the mid game and late game, usually really takes good care of it and helps us stay on the same page on the rotations and what lanes to play through and when to take vision and when to base. But yeah,
Daddy Smoothie just guiding you
yeah.
guys around, just making sure. Do you have any thoughts on competition here? We've gone through the first round robin. Was there anybody that really stuck out to you? Anybody that you're excited to get in the second round robin that you're looking forward to?
Competition. I'm looking forward to this PLA again because my boy Armal's up there. And then I think we got 2-0 by them the last series we played.
Mhm.
Um, and I think overall the stronger teams on the top
Gotta prove
will
yourself
be able
against
to
the
take
top
them down.
competition.
Mhm.
Hey, love to hear that confidence, Tovio. I want to give you one last little bit. Give any shout outs, anybody you want to talk about before we let you go.
Uh, Shout out to my teammates. Shout out to the coaches. Right now we have a coach that's on like break, but we have some to back up because our main coach is like on a break right now or some
Mhm.
for like one day. And shout out to my family, and that's all. Right now for my
Awesome,
head. I think
Tovio.
of.
I like it. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate getting to chat with you. I'm sure I'll get to chat with you some more. Have a wonderful day. Get ready for tomorrow.
Thank you, thank you. Have a great day.
All right. Thank you. Now I'm going to go ahead and bring it back, Joshi and Deserex. After we got to hear a little bit from Tommy. I know, magic trick. But can to hear a little bit of, the mindset in terms of a rough season start for Evil Geniuses, but the bounce back, the come up, the confidence, the building of the blocks, I guess, to put in place here, Joshi.
Yeah, it's definitely a roster that we know has the individual pieces to actually really challenge some of the
Oh no, we lost Josh. I still see him on
Aw.
my screen. Anyways, Deserex, you got any thoughts on Tomio?
Man, I'm just sad that I lost Yoshi right here, but yeah, a little.
Just look pretty, Joshi. Just look pretty.
look-
Don't worry about it.
Tomio, I can't really say much overall. I think it was a fantastic performance out of Tomio, but I think it was a fantastic performance out of Evil Geniuses as a whole. Every single lane onto that one. It looks like it's coming together. As I said earlier in this broadcast, those earlier stages are for learning, are for developing.
Yeah.
You got to lose to start to learn what you need to fix. And it does appear that Evil Geniuses are going through that growth. We're in the middle of the season now, and we want to see how big of a punch they can bring as we come into the second half.
Indeed. Let's go ahead and bring up the recap of the day. See if we can check in on those other games, those other series that we did have. Oh, we need one moment to bring that one up. I think we're still trying to fix Joshi with this the smiley face. Joshi, I appreciate it. Stay strong, friends. Stay strong. We're so close. We're so close to the end. I appreciate you so much. But I want to get a bit of a... Oh, okay. So we're going to go ahead and look at next week's schedule, or at least tomorrow's schedule, and see the round out of week number 4. This will be the first day of the second round robin. Now, here on twitch.tv/academy, where you see the stream A, that'll be twitch.tv/academy. That'll be Immortals Academy, Immortals Progressive Academy. I got it, Josh. Academy versus 100 Thieves Academy. He can't speak, but I'm backing him up. It's Cloud9 Academy take out FlyQuest Academy there as the second matchup on the first stream, and then Evil Geniuses Academy taking out Golden Guardians Academy to round out week number 4. On the B stream there, where you see stream B, it'll be twitch.tv/path to LCS. It's Dignitas, Quantum Bay Academy versus TSM Academy, and Team Liquid Honda Academy versus CLG Academy. See, I got all of them that time. Josh, you better be happy.
I'm proud of you. I'm very proud of you, Lennon.
Hey,
I'm pretty sure they can hear me again.
Yay! We got Joshi
Yeah, okay,
back.
we're back.
Great.
But I'm actually proud. I kind of forgot that it was Dignitas Quantum Bay, so you got all of them in. Very good.
I passed the test. So that will be tomorrow's schedule. It will be the same time, same place, some very hype matchups. Just real quick before we do call it off for the evening, Joshi, do you have anything that stands out for you tomorrow? Do you have anybody you're keeping your eye on here?
I mean, I feel like all of our teams are now getting into like the second round robin, right? You know, I guess that was the most obvious thing I could have said. But we are now getting to see the rematches of a bunch of teams against each other. And so now we can start looking at how they were playing in the first couple of weeks versus how they're going to be playing out the rest of the season. It's no longer a situation of like, oh, you haven't had an opportunity to play against these guys. You know what they're capable of. You've probably scrimmed these guys plenty of times. You've played them on stage before. Now is the time to show up and actually show what all the work that you've done thus far really means for the rest of the season.
What about you, Desrex?
There's a lot of bangers for this one. I don't want to go as general with this one. The first one that comes out to me, Team Liquid versus CLG. I want to see the run back onto that one because the first time these two teams had faced, it was CLG favored. It was CLG favored, which was a huge surprise
They did
to
have
everyone.
Luger.
So yeah, they did have Luger, so that makes it even more spicy because can Meech still put up that performance that CLG were able to pull up in that Team Liquid one? That's personally my my match for tomorrow that I'm most excited about.
I'm just really excited because everybody that we talk about the second round robin, they all just want to face Team Liquid. So hey, everybody knows who the competition in the room is, who the elephant in the room is, rather, for Academy here. But as we do round out the first day of week number 4, just want to throw some appreciation out to Joshi, Desrex for joining me on the day. I know it's a long one, but it's always fun to have you two around smiling on my screen. We also had the production team at Esports Engine who put on the show through technical difficulties, through all the trials. We did make it, and it is a pleasure to be working with you guys. And to the audience, thank you all for tuning in. The staff and the players wouldn't be here without you. You better be back tomorrow, though, because we'll be back here same time, same place. See you on Summoner's Rift.